Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and today we're gonna work on uh repainting this. This is something my husband did, but then never finished. So I'm just gonna go off of some artwork. Probably artwork from like maybe a previous monster manual. I don't know. I didn't look that closely. I was just looking for some real quick ideas for this. So I am gonna do a really dark bluish black on here. We'll see how well this is because I'm pretty confident it's not Reaper paint that is on this. He probably like 99% confident because I don't think he has really painted all that much since we even switched, rather I switched to Reaper paint. I may need to actually prime. It's kind of looking, I don't remember that it, so we were on art, used to use Army Painter, and I don't really remember it being so shiny though. So I'm not sure why this is so glossy. But we'll do a real quick base coat. This is Nightmare Black from Reaper Miniatures. I use pretty much all Reaper paint. Yeah, not just pretty much. I use all Reaper paint at the moment. Eventually, I'm throwing around the idea of trying out like another paint line. Specifically one that would maybe complement Reaper paints, because I do like them. I wouldn't be necessarily looking, I'm not looking to replace them. I don't really want to go back to Army Painter, to be honest. They weren't bad for a beginner paint. I kind of feel like they've actually, the whole reason we went with them, I think, was because they were really low cost. But Reaper's really not that expensive either. And it's just easier doing a lot of layering or glazing or whatever with the Reaper paints as opposed to the Army Painter, or at least what it was. I have not tried their new formula. The Oni Mini sold, so I need to get that out. Or not really out, but I need to get that packed up and schedule a pickup for that. Because it's sold and they have paid for it. try not to delay that too much once I have actually received a payment. Let's see. I haven't quite thought about what exact colors I'll use for the face. Let me see. Got some stuff out, so I'm trying to see what I have out. Interesting. Let me grab it. There's one color I want. So while this base coat is still drying, I'll go ahead and base coat the skin. Which I'm going to use Kraken ink. It's technically one that was in a fast palette, and I don't know if they have that fast palette too. Still, I know they still have both of the High Seas fast palette, and I think I'm fairly confident that they were in those. So they're at least currently still available, supposedly. This is what I'm talking about. Kraken ink. Doesn't have a 2 in the front, so that's interesting, but I am pretty positive that it's a fast palette color and not individually sold. But it is a very nice dark purple. There are colors you could buy that are individually sold that you could sort of recreate it. If you were, however, it might not necessarily act exactly the same way. Like if you go to add paint or add white to it or something like that, depending on what paints you use, it might act differently. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this stereotypical purplish skin tone. I will probably add in maybe some tanned skin in the highlights. Just to add some complexity to the skin tone. So it's not just purple. And I'm not sure who manufactured this. Since it was my husband who painted it, and I'm pretty sure he bought it. It probably is a Wiz Kids mini. And I'm gonna try to remind myself to just do some really basic highlights on this one because I am just gonna trying to get it quickly paint up for one shots that I'll be running this weekend. And I don't even know if I will need this many. It's more just depends how much they explore the map. But it's not part of the necessarily the main goal or main plot line, but he is there in the map. So I'm using the Xanathar layer, playing off of one of the foiling Xanathar side quests. I think it's a side quest or something on that. So yeah, I will play off of that and thus I'm using the layer map. I did finish up so obviously I finished up the Warlock, otherwise I would have been, I already mentioned that I would have been working on her if I hadn't. Yeah, I finished her up this morning, kind of got to a point where I was just like, I'm gonna call this done. I learned some things, like if you want a dramatic OSL effect, probably don't choose black unless you're gonna make it polished leather, which was not something I wanted to do. I stuck with it, and it is what it is. People at the table will still probably be pretty wowed and think it's cool. It's not as dramatic of an effect as I would like. Or I should say, it's not as dramatic as what I know people online have come to expect. I actually am pretty happy with it and how it turned out, and I think it looks good. I think it looks like there is purple light shining out from the purple fireball that she is holding. I'll show it here in just a moment. I want to get his skin all base coated. There's still some areas I can see of the other color drying anyway, so show her off while I'm waiting for things to dry. Hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome. Hi there. Is it Averia? Averia and Tyke? Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of quickly base coat right now. Finishing / repainting something that my husband head done. He doesn't care if I repaint anything that he does because he knows that I'm better at it. Yep, I missed it. Almost forgot his hand right here. Yes, cat. You guys lucked out. She actually stayed up there today. So many times she actually just gets right back down just to go sit in my office chair that's behind me. How are you all doing today? What were you up to? Nice. Never really gotten into Warhammer. But I see people, there's some people that I follow that occasionally paint some Space Marines or something. Wait for that guy to base coats on that to dry. Here's the, just talking about the Warlock that I finished over the weekend, actually just this morning. So did some OSL, a little hard to tell. Like I said, since I did some darker shaded fabrics, basically, darker shaded colors, those naturally don't absorb light. So I technically painted it realistically, but that also means it's not as dramatic of an effect. But I think it still looks pretty cool. People will still be, I think, pretty awed by it. I think it looks cool on at the table. So I'll use it for some one shots. Oh, nice. Do you start painting like because you're gonna play Warhammer or just kind of for fun to see? I think there's enough of this base coat that's dried. Go ahead and make nice. That is a valid excuse. Yeah, I started out kind of just a mix of painting for fun and also for my husband, who at the time was our DM playing. We played D&D. So you have people that you uh, paint with then, or don't think I know anyone personally that plays Warhammer. So I don't know too many like in my area that actually are big on mini painting. So this is kind of the big place, main place where I get to kind of paint with other people and connect with others who also paint. Oh, I was just saying I personally don't know anyone who plays Warhammer, so I just don't would have never would probably never get into it. I don't know too many people either in my actual area that uh, enjoys painting miniatures. I have a few friends. That's cool. Well, nice. Yeah, I've been painting for a few years, about 5 years now, I guess, almost. Not really doing anything too fancy with this guy. Just gonna keep it simple. So I just want to get him painted up for some one shots. So if it seems like I'm going really quick, that is the reason why. Oh, well, I hope you feel better. Thanks for stopping in and for the raid. Yeah, I hope to see you next time. This is what I'm using. I'm using this as pretty much the highest highlight. This is mostly West Barrow Slate. It has the 2 in front, so that's also another special run paint. I believe I got it actually with when I ordered whatever the actual name of Surf 4 scale is from Reaper. Everyone just calls them Surf 4 scale, but I think he actually has a different name. I don't think that's actually the retail name. Now I probably would introduce other colors if I were taking more time to do this, because you can see there's kind of sashes here and there's some little chains here. And this book, obviously. I'll paint the book as a regular book. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, you can. There's definitely opportunities on this mini. You could do more colors than what I am doing, and I would normally. But like I said, I'm kind of just trying to get this touched up / actually fully painted before this weekend. Preferably before Friday. I'm gonna probably be needing to pack everything up Friday night because we're starting fairly early so that we can have 3 4-hour games, as well as time for people to take a break and eat lunch and dinner. All right, I'm pretty happy with that blue. Looks pretty decent. There's some shadows, there's some highlights, some midtones. It's not bad. Like I said, I could be a lot more finicky with that. If I slow down and did my normal pace. Okay, now to figure out the other colors. Play around with some mixing here for right now, for a moment. Just gonna see how crack and ink interacts with the color tanned skin. It's just an easy way. I've learned that it's just a really easy way to kind of make the skin, especially the highlights, just a little bit more complex and kind of make it look more, I want to say realistic. I mean, obviously purple skin is not actually a real thing. To make it look like, you know, in the world, in the setting that these Mindflayers are in, that it is real. Got so many of my paints are just getting all clogged up. lately. You can kind of see it better. Putting this in next to it. It mutes it down quite a bit, I will say. That's kind of a nice color, especially just as like a highlight to it. I just need like a I'm trying to think. You know what? I will just stick to those. So it's not really actually much skin. Just thinning them down, especially since they are quite different in value. You have a color wheel. You can. One side will often have kind of a value scale of white to black, basically. It'll show like a gray scale, but it's a value scale. So you can kind of put it up next to your color that you have, or you know, in your palette, and be able to kind of see which value it is closest to. And so when you're really close in values on your shades, you don't really need to thin your paint as much. Which, if you have only thick paint that doesn't thin down very well, then you just want to make sure you have a bunch of paints that are fairly close together, because then you don't have to worry about that. Hey there, Big. I am not too bad. I didn't sleep very well over the weekend, but I've got coffee. How are you? Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. There's lots of sicknesses and stuff going around. I'm just trying to kind of quickly paint this guy up so that I have him ready to go just in case my players decide to explore. Uh, so I'll be doing my day of one shots this weekend. Time will tell. But hopefully they didn't get the con crud. Hoping likewise that after this weekend I will not be sick again. Because I did get a little bit of a cold like a week ago. Just a sore throat though. Okay. I think we've got a pretty good start on this mini. I would say skin is pretty much done. I'm just taking that original dark purple to kind of line a little bit where these tentacles meet up. So I just need to do the book. I'll probably do some red or orange eyes. But he's good, at least at a point where, other than the book, he's ready for the table. Well, and the base kind of needs a little bit. There's not much to the base itself. But, yep. So that, is it for today. Got his cloak all painted up and skin / tentacles all painted up. For Thursday, I will probably be working on this guy. He's another one. He's for an option for the players at the one shot to play. We'll see if they actually choose him or her. But yeah, we still got quite a bit actually to do on this guy. But the hard part is done. The freehand, I'm calling it done. So I think it's good. It looks decent at least, especially for the table. So, and I need to move on with it, to be honest, if I want to have any hope of finishing it for Friday or by Friday. So, yep. I will see y'all Thursday, hopefully, and have a good couple of days. Hope you can avoid getting sick and stay warm. All right. Bye.